12th class or economics. Now your next topic is growth indicators. So in the growth indicators, first of all you have to do growth rate of gross domestic product. As you know, gross domestic product is total value of goods and services which is produced in a country during a year. So that is known as GDP of the country. So this is an analysis of India, China and Pakistan regarding the year 1980 to 90, then 2011-15. So this is a comparison. So this table, if I suggest you, then you have to do this table from your latest NCERT that is given over there. This is the annual growth of the gross domestic product, that is India, China, Pakistan, the year given 1980, 90 and 2015, 17. As you have noted down, here clearly has been seen over there. So noted down 1980, India just with the growth rate of 5.7%, and then China 10.3%, Pakistan 6.3%. As you can notice, India is the lowest growth rate is having, and then Pakistan, and then China is the highest one. And then 2015-17, the growth rate of India was 7.3, China falls down 6.8%, and then Pakistan 5.3%. So India got the first position out of these three in 2015-17. So that is the thing. Basically, if we are talking about China in 1980-90s, then what happens that in 1980-90s, the data is given over there that China has the second largest GDP in the world, whereas India just got the latest position, and then they are having GDP of that is given over there, that GDP of China is the second largest GDP, and that is a $22.5 trillion. Trillion means when you are having one after then 12 zero, so that is a trillion. It's a very big figure in the world. And then India's GDP is $9.03 trillion. Pakistan is having $0.94 trillion, and that is roughly 11% of India's GDP. And India's GDP is about 41% of China's GDP. So as you can see from the data, that China is very much ahead. That is the second largest from the all over the world even. And during this 1980, it's very difficult to sustain this much growth rate which China is having in 1980s. So for all the countries, it's very difficult to having the growth rate of single digit, and although the China is having the double digit growth rate by that year. So that was a great achievement by the China. Now Pakistan was also ahead of India. That is also a very big point. And then that is another thing, that 2015-17 the both are declining and India is gaining. So this is the indicator of the GDP. Now sectoral GDP has been sectoral contribution has been given for all the three countries with the different year, and the year 2014-15 is given in your book. And now if you are going through the latest NCERT, then you will get the data as per the 2018-19. So as you can just notice on the table, in the agriculture, India contribution 16 to the GDP, and China 7, and then 24 Pakistan. So if you are just analyzing all this data, then you can see that this is the contribution to GDP agriculture sector, and this is the workforce they are having in the same sector. So workforce, if you are talking about the workforce, that is more in India and Pakistan comparatively China. But if you are talking about the contribution to GDP, that is 16, and the more contribution from the Pakistan. So India is having less contribution, even though it is having more workforce in agriculture sector. And then China and Pakistan is having a 24% contribution, but having 41% workforce in that particular agriculture sector. But it is more than India. Pakistan is having more than India in the case of agriculture sector contribution to GDP, and comparatively less workforce, not much lesser, but 2% less. Then industrial sector, if you are talking about, then the contribution from China is more towards the industrial sector. And then you can see India is having the second is the India, and the third one is the Pakistan. And when you are talking about the workforce, then workforce definitely engaged in the more workforce engaged in China, and then India, then Pakistan, and they are just not far from each other, near to each other even. Now we are talking about the service sector. 54% contribution from India, and then 52 from China, and 57 from Pakistan. So more and more from Pakistan. And if we are talking about the workforce, then definitely more workforce involved in China. And then After China, that is Pakistan, where more workforce involved in tertiary sector, and then there is a service sector basically, and then the India. So here the contribution for Pakistan is more. As you can see here that from the second way, Pakistan is workforce in tertiary sector is more in Pakistan on the second position. So in this way you should know the trend. If you will learn the data, it's very good. If you don't learn the data, then it's okay. You just know the trend, that what is going on, and the table has been given to you. The question can come of 4 marks where you have to analyze this particular. So here the basically what happens that now all the countries, the people and the resources are shifting from the agriculture to industrial sector to service sector even. So that is why the GDP contribution is more in service sector comparatively other sector, and that is the latest report of 2018-19. And then as you can see from the data is given as per that more and more contribution, more and more workforce is involved in these sector, service sector. And then all three sectors are major. Definitely they are interdependent, and they are the major contribution, giving the major contribution to GDP with the workforce. And then which is the more faster in shifting their workforce to service sector, that is Pakistan was faster in shifting of workforce to service sector, as you can also notice 35%, and then earlier. So comparatively India and China, Pakistan was faster in the shifting their workforce to service sector than India and China. In 1980s, what happens that China and Pakistan employed 17, 12 and 27% of the workforce in the service sector respectively. And then after that, the data although is not given over there. So if any table is given, there is another table given regarding the trends in output growth in the different sector 1980-2015 of all the countries: India, China, Pakistan, agriculture, industry and service. And here is agriculture, industry and service. The year 1980-19 is there, and then 2014-18. 1980-90 is during this time China was growing very well. So as you can see from the data and comparison also, as you have just noticed also, this is the growth rate in all the three sectors, and this is the growth rate in all the three sectors of all the three countries in this year 2014-18. So now in 1980-90s, if you compare this particular figure, then you will definitely come to know that in all the three sectors, all the three countries has declined. If you are doing the comparison with this 2014-18. So 2020 though is a very you can say specific year, because here though there is a global disease, and definitely there is a very high decline in the GDP definitely. So when you're doing the comparison for this years, then you can see that agriculture 3.1 in India, and then there agriculture 3.1 in India same. So that has been the same. And if you're comparing the industry for India, then 7.4 is there, and here 6.9, that has been declining, and 6.9 service sector is there, and there is 7.6, so that has been increasing. Definitely the growth rate in service sector has been increasing, and industry declining, and agriculture is same. And what about the China? There is a 5.9 agriculture sector, and that was a peak period for China definitely. And then agriculture 3.1, that has been declining in the case of agriculture. From the point of view of China, 10.8 industry, and there the industry 5.3 for China, that is definitely decreasing with a very huge rate. And then service 13.5, and here 7.1, definitely it has been also decreasing from the point of view of China. So 1980-90, from the 1980-90 you can see that it was a very good deal for China, and it's for very prosperous progress for the China, but in the comparatively 2014-18. Now Pakistan 4% agriculture growth, and their agriculture growth is 1.7%. There's a huge decline in that. Earlier it was also very low, and now the huge decline in that. Industry 7.7, and here 4.8, that is also very huge decline. 7.2 4.8, and then service 6.8, and there is 5.0, that is also a huge decline, and comparatively lowest from all the three countries. So likewise you can write down the analysis. Definitely you are to go through the trend you should know that all the three countries has been declining in all the three sectors. But when you are comparing that, while comparison, it's China and it's Pakistan which decline. It's basically you can say China, which is declining very much bigger, with the bigger amount in the from the point of view of from the point of view of this you can say agriculture. And when you're talking about the industry, then which country is declining with a huge amount, that is definitely again China, because 10.8 to 5.3. And we are talking about the service sector, which is more declined, that is definitely you can say here also China and Pakistan also. But India is doing well, that is not that there is a decline, but not with a big amount. So this is a trend you have to get to learn, and to some extent you can also learn the data. So this is the data you have to mention, and this is the trend you have to learn, no other views, because when they are talking about the sectoral contribution, then you have to mention agriculture, industry, service, and you must know the trend, that which country is declining under which sector and comparatively these years, right? And in other way, that question can come with this table. This table can come in the question, and then you have to analyze the table. There you can do analysis easily. Now the indicators of human development. What are the indicators of human development are there? So there are the three following indicators, that is Human Development Index, that is India, China, Pakistan, all the three countries has been given for 2015-18 data. Then there is if you are talking about Human Development Index, then this is the lowest one, Pakistan, and then India, and then China. Then rank based on Human Development Index. What is the rank for the countries? 129 for India, and China is ahead of that, and then 152nd is that is for Pakistan, and which is having more rank, that is China, and then India, and then Pakistan. So this is the rank from all the countries in the world. Life expectancy at birth. So what is the life expectancy? That is 69.4 in India, and then 76.7 in China, and Pakistan 67.1. So 67.17 year means this is the life expected of a person, total life expected of a person in the country. So there the China is getting the more life expectancy comparatively India and Pakistan. When you are talking about mean year of schooling, that is percentage of age that is given over there, 15 and above. This is the year of schooling. You can say that 6.5, 7.9 and 5.2, the more in China, and then India, and then Pakistan. Then GNP per capita, definitely that is in dollar. So here 16,127, that is more in China, and then India 6,829, and then in Pakistan 5,190 in Pakistan. Now the people below poverty line, which are not earning this much amount even, that is as per 2011 given over there, that is as per 2011 60.4, that is the people below poverty line. This is amazing facts. And then here 7.0, and then there is a 46.4. So more in India. It's a very big amount, a big data showing over there, 60.4. Now the next thing is infant mortality rate per 1,000 live birth, 29.9 mortality rate for infant, then 8.5 in China, and then 57.2 in Pakistan. Very much bigger amount, which is very big data for China, and very lesser amount for China. Big amount for Pakistan and lesser for China. Now maternal mortality rate per 1 lakh birth, that is 174 India and 27 China, and then 178 in Pakistan. So this is a very huge difference. China is having a very low maternal mortality rate comparatively India and Pakistan. Now population using at least basic sanitation, that is 60% of India using basic sanitation facilities, and then 75% China, and then 60% in Pakistan. Here also China is leading. And then population using at least basic drinking water, here 96% of China, that is also more than India and Pakistan, 93% in India and 91% in Pakistan. They are using basic drinking water source. And the percentage of undernourished children, that is definitely more in India. That has been also questioned many times. And Pakistan, they are just near, very closer to each other, and 8.1 in China, which is very less comparatively these two countries. So this is the human indicators. Here you have to mention all three with definition. That is, definition is also given in the brackets also. The question can come, what are the more indicators given for the human development indicator? That is known as the liberty indicator. So liberty indicators basically क्या होते हैं कि the extent की जो the people or the demographic participation by the people in the decision making for socially and political decision, कि कितना ज़्यादा लोकल पब्लिक, कितना ज़्यादा पब्लिक पार्टिसिपेट करती है इसके अंदर. दैट इज़ अ डेमोग्राफिक पार्टिसिपेशन, कितना ज़्यादा इन्वॉल्वमेंट रहता है उनका किसी भी डिसीजन मेकिंग के लिए. सो दैट इज़ द लिबर्टी इंडिकेटर्स. लिबर्टी इंडिकेटर्स का एग्जांपल इसमें गिवन है. दैट इज़ द मेजर ऑफ द एक्सटेंट ऑफ द कॉन्स्टिट्यूशनल प्रोटेक्शन राइट गिवन टू द सिटीजन, and then extend to the constitutional protection of the independence of the judiciary and the rule for law. Human development index may be said to be the incomplete unless these indicators are included. They are definitely pointing out the making of the law, and then that is that law should be the beneficial for the common man or for the public. So they are just judging, they are just indicating this indicator that how much they are useful for the public. So that is why they are measuring the extent of the constitutional protection right given to each and every citizen, and then extent of the constitutional protection to the independence of the judiciary and the rule of law. So how much that can be given to the citizen, how much the law has been made, that has been implemented in the country, that is the liberty indicators over there. Now this is the data commonly which you are to go through, and here also given the data with some definitions. So here you are to learn data to the extent how much you can. Life expectancy, here you can learn. Infant mortality rate you can learn. Maternal mortality rate you can learn. There after giving birth for 1 lakh birth, how many women died. So very low death rate in China comparatively India and Pakistan, and very high in India and Pakistan. So likewise you can write down the figure, but for that I think you should know the data. If they are talking about the human development indicators, then you must learn the data and then mention it. So trend is not easy to judge because here lots of indicators are there. So here you have to go through at least 5 to 6 data you must learn, so that you can easily write down the trend and easily write down the matter regarding this.